I know why you're here, and I know why I 100% in this game. So let's just get over this. The game came out on January 16, 2025 with a very positive rating on Steam while having 8 achievements, with the game being a roguelike similarity to Hades except with waifus and Jesus Christ. So with that, let's get this show on the road. No spoiler warning this time because who needs it? Wait a minute. Right off the bat, we start on the title card, with us being thrown right into the character selection screen with 3 characters. Prairie, the power of a gun, Marine with the holy hand grenade of Antioch, and Cian, the power of Beyblade, let it rip. Despite the 3 options, I make the basic choice and pick the second amendment, with her 3 abilities: a basic swing attack, a gun with 2 bullets that do fire damage, and Beyblade Part 2. With that, we skip the boring intro and get right into the game, within the land of the abandoned, with me just fumbling around with the controls and trying to learn how to play the game. We then get our first power up. Hey, keep your eyes over here. With the 2 options handed to me, I choose Bloody Assault, creating a bloody projectile upon using my gun. We then meet the shopkeeper of the game, who is connected to one of the 8 achievements, requiring me to consume 8 garlics over the course of many runs. The garlic does provide a benefit, basically acting like a shield, overtaking our normal health. We buy our first garlic and continue onward, leveling up with a Holy Mantle-like effect, or rather, Unholy Mantle, with a damage boost as well. Next, grabbing the first ultimate, giving us a special ability to use, that I only use a few times. Well, hello, hottie. I could use some healing from you, and only you. We'll need her for an achievement later, but I think I'm about to die. After enough rooms, we do reach the final room and begin the gambling. After that, we do reach the first boss of the gameplay and get absolutely wrecked, sending me back to the Shadow Realm. Sorry, I mean the hub. Meeting many hotties we'll get back to much later, but back into the rabbit hole we go, grabbing an artifact right off the bat that gives us an additional bullet that fires upon using our gun, while grabbing Bloody Assault, making our gun a burst rifle of random bullets. With more upgrades, we obtain a lifesteal effect and making corpses explode, with us meeting the shopkeeper once more and gifting her the first of many rubies. Something we'll come to know well, since if you're able to gift the NPC enough of the rubies, they'll give us a benefit in response. The first gift to the shopkeeper gives us an additional pot to buy from. With that, we buy the second garlic, fight the first boss again, except for it's different this time around, and because of that, we're able to win against it. Being gifted a legacy, I select the bouncy bullets and move onward to the path of the depths, with tougher enemies and me being on such a low life, until we reach the nurse once more, gifting her a ruby and healing the wounds with another garlic. With the garlic and the nurse, we're able to reach the gambling room once more and are lucky enough to get it on the first try, giving us the first achievement and certainly being a lucky day. Now starts the proper fighting, with it being certainly quite the fight. However, the power of the gun is quite powerful, with all the power-ups and the ability of exploding corpses carrying the fight. And with that, the boss goes down, with me grabbing a new legacy that reduces the skill cooldown when I use the main weapon against an enemy. With that, we now enter the Crimson Garden. Nothing new really happens here in the gardens, besides the new enemies and more power-ups before the boss fight. We do get lucky with the gambling once again and another boss fight, fighting against the Moth Queen. The strategy is to just rely on the gun, and commit many drive-bys when given the chance, since hitting her with a melee is pretty unreliable and too risky to use. I only win the fight with 89 health, but nonetheless, we win against her, and obtain What Shall We Play? We're then gifted the third legacy with a +2 to the ammo count, and move to the final stage being the Cathedral Blood, with the enemies themselves now having the second amendment. Yet I make it through and reach the final boss with some power-ups beforehand. With us against the final boss, the same strat is used. Commit to the drive-bys and run through the attacks. Even with my health being nearly capped off, I barely make it through, but we do. With our glorious victory, the massive door breaks off the first chain and we'll be back here in the future 2 more times. But here's my final stat board. So if there's any Nunholy professionals watching, don't ridicule my build, please. We make it back to HQ once again, and this is where the NPCs begin to matter. First, starting with the Nun, who has a list of tasks for us. If we're able to complete them, they'll increase our rank, and for each rank increase, they'll increase the benefits and gifts we receive at the start of every new run, with them also having 4 achievements connected to them. With the current objectives completed, we reach rank B and get Skilled Vampire Hunter and Veteran Vampire Hunter. I also buy a second life perk from another merchant, and jump into the next run, and again more power-ups are absorbed, weapons grabbed, and 4 garlic bought. The bosses we kill on the run are Night Archer, the Bloody Wing, the Lich, and the final boss being the Jester. But joke's on him, I'm always finished since my entire life is a joke. It goes down and we're 1 more closer, while completing the run in just under an hour. Before the next run, I do buy some more upgrades and the next run starts. Except I decide to add some suffering to the mix, since there are several quests connected to beating the bosses on level 1, so no power-ups, and only artifacts. So the suffering starts, and in the starting room we do grab a lightning rod, with many firearms pairing with the sub-weapon. I also buy the 3 last garlics and get mad for garlic. I don't make it too far on the first attempt, with me ending the run fighting against the Watcher. However, with the failure of this run, we do reach rank A and become an elite vampire hunter. Many attempts go on with many failures, with the best attempt reaching the final boss and dying on it, but we do reach the final rank on rank S, and obtain the rank of a state power level vampire hunter. But we're now on the final achievement, which requires me to give all my blood to the nurse, which isn't too difficult, giving her a sacrifice of life and officially 100%ing this game. Yet, this run isn't done yet. We break the door down once and for all and fight the very last boss, the Vampire Queen. Let's finish this! We got all the achievements, so it doesn't matter. Even though Nunholy is one of those games, the music kinda goes hard, and the gameplay was pretty fun. I can give this game a 7 out of 10 in the snoo fun factor, and a 2 out of 10 in nurses in the difficulty factor. Could I recommend this game to people? I would say to just play Hades since it's just a better game, but this wasn't too bad in its own way. It's good enough to play on its own, but nothing too crazy and or remarkable. I can only recommend this game to the most deplorable gamers, me being one of them, but nonetheless it was still a good game. And with that, stay chill and watch some anime.